Index funds, mutual funds, ETFs. You've heard the hype. Now learn the truth. All right, let's be real. You see it everywhere. Financial gurus on TV, your TikTok feed, everywhere, yelling about index funds, mutual funds, and EFTs. They just throw these terms around, assuming you know what they're talking about, right? And it can feel super complicated, confusing, maybe even a little intimidating. You're left wondering, what's the actual difference? And in this video, I'm going to demystify these funds completely. We'll break down what each one is, the critical differences you need to know, and how to choose the right one for you. My promise to you is that by the end of this video, that confusion is gone. You'll be ready to invest with total confidence. The foundation. What even is a fund? Okay, before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's start with one thing they all have in common. They're all funds. So, what on earth does that even mean? Picture this. You want to invest in the stock market, but you're a little nervous about putting all your cash into one company like Apple or Amazon. And you should be. If that one company has a rough year, your investment takes a serious hit. The smart move is to spread your money out across many different companies. This is called diversification. But trying to buy shares in, say, 500 different companies, one by one, that would be an absolute nightmare. It's time-consuming and can get very expensive. This is where funds come in. Think of a fund like a giant shopping basket for investments. An investment company like Vanguard or Fidelity creates the basket and fills it with hundreds or even thousands of different investments, stocks, bonds, you name it. Instead of buying every single item yourself, you just buy a small piece of the whole basket. Boom! Your money is instantly diversified, spreading your risk. All three mutual funds, index funds, and EFTs are just different flavors of these investment baskets. They all give you that instant diversification. But how they're built, managed, and sold is where things get really interesting. And it's where the truth about fees and performance is hiding. The original, the activity managed mutual fund. Let's kick things off with the OG, the oldest one on the block, the traditional mutual fund. These have been around for about a century, and for a long time, they were the main way for everyday folks to easily invest. When you buy a typical mutual fund, you're pooling your money with other investors, and a professional fund manager, or a whole team of them, actively manages that money for you. Their entire job is to research companies, analyze the market, and handpick the stocks and bonds they believe are going to be big winners. They're not trying to just match the market, they're trying to beat the market, usually some benchmark like the S&P 500. Sounds amazing, right? You're paying a Wall Street whiz to make your money grow faster than anyone else's. This professional management is the big selling point, but this is where we uncover the first and arguably the most important truth, that expert management comes at a very high price. Because you have to pay the managers, their research teams, and cover their frequent trading, these funds have notoriously high fees, known as an expense ratio. For an active mutual fund, this can easily be from 0.5% to 1.5% or even more skimmed off your investment every single year. And here's the kicker. Study after study shows the same devastating truth along the long haul. And here's the kicker. Study after study shows the same devastating truth over the long haul. The overwhelming majority of these expensive, highly paid managers fail to beat the simple market index they're paid to outperform. In fact, data from 2024 show that only about 13.2% of actively managed funds actually manage to beat the S&P 500. Think about that. In most cases, investors are paying way higher fees for worse results. It's madness. One other quirky detail. You can only buy or sell mutual funds once a day after the market closes at a price called the net asset value, or NAV. This means you can't react to price moves during the trading day. If this video is flicking the light bulb on for you, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It genuinely helps the channel get this info out to more people who need it. And for more simple, no hype financial videos to help you take control of your money, make sure you subscribe. Also, I created a helpful resource just for you, the Income Upgrade Plus Digital Budget and Finance Bundle. This is an ebook and AI companion and digital strategist designed to help you build wealth, ditch debt, and take control of your financial future. The link's in the description. Let's get back to the video. The game changer, the passive index fund. So you've got these expensive funds that usually don't even do what they promise. This exact problem led to a brilliant game-changing idea. Back in the 70s, a guy named John Bogle, the founder of Vanguard, looked at the data and asked a ridiculously simple question. If most managers can't beat the market, why are we trying? Why not just buy the whole market? And just like that, the index fund was born. Now, an index fund is technically a type of mutual fund, but its philosophy is the complete opposite. It's all about passive management. Instead of trying to pick winners, the goal is to simply match the performance of a specific market index, like the S&P 500. The fund manager's job isn't to be a genius stock picker. It's just to mechanically buy all 500 stocks in the S&P 500 in the exact proportions. If Apple is 7% of the index, the fund holds 7% in Apple. It's completely automated. The result? Because you don't need a team of Wall Street hotshots making trades, the costs are ridiculously low. The average expense ratio for an index fund can be as low as 0.05%, with some S&P 500 index funds charging just 0.03% or even zero in some cases. On a $10,000 investment, that 1% mutual fund fee costs you $100 a year. The 0.03% index fund fee, just $3. It sounds small, but over decades of compounding, that difference is life-changing. This is exactly why legends like Warren Buffett have famously told most people to just buy a low-cost S&P 500 index fund. Like the traditional cousins, index funds also trade just once per day at the closing price. For long-term, set-it-and-forget-it investors, this is totally fine. The modern hype. The modern hybrid, the exchange traded fund, or ETF. So for a while, those were your two main choices, expensive and active, or cheap and passive. But then a third challenger entered the ring, one that aimed to take the best of both worlds, the exchange traded fund, or ETF. An ETF is like a modern hybrid. At its core, it's a passive basket of investments, just like an index fund. So you get that same awesome low-cost diversification. While the average stock ETF has an expense ratio around 0.14%, the most popular ones tracking the S&P 500 are right down at that rock bottom 0.03% level, just like index funds. But here's the twist that changed everything. An ETF trades on a stock exchange all day long, just like a share of Apple or Tesla. That's why it's called an exchange-traded fund. This gives you way more control. If you see the market take a dip at 11 a.m., you can jump in and buy right at that moment. With a mutual fund, you'd have to wait until the end of the day and get whatever that closing price is. The ETFs also have a sneaky superpower. They are generally more tax efficient than mutual funds. The way they're structured behind the scenes means you'll likely face fewer taxable events over the years, letting more of your money stay invested and do its thing. Now, while most ETFs are still passive index trackers, it's true that we're seeing more actively managed ETFs pop up. In fact, about half of all new ETFs being launched are active ones. They try to give you that market-beating potential, but inside that more flexible and often cheaper ETF package. The verdict. Which one is right for you? Okay, let's wrap this up. What's the final verdict? Mutual funds, the old school, expensive option. They're actively managed and promise to beat the market, but they charge high fees, and vast majority fail to do so over the long term. Index funds, the simple set it and forget it wealth building machine. They are passively managed to match the market at an incredibly low cost, but trade only once per day. ETFs, the modern, flexible hybrid, mostly passive, offering the same low cost as index funds, but they trade all day like a stock, giving you more control and better tax efficiency. So, what's the bottom line? For 99% of us who are just trying to build long term wealth for retirement, the answer is crystal clear. A low cost index fund or a low cost ETF is your winning ticket. The evidence is just overwhelming that paying high fees for active management is a losing game over time. The choice between an index fund and an ETF then comes down to personal preference, and that debate is getting smaller every year. It used to be that index funds were way easier for setting up automatic recurring investments, but now most major brokerages let you automate ETF purchases too. For example, Vanguard enabled this for ETFs in early 2025, effectively closing that convenience gap. If you prefer a little more control, want the ability to trade during the day, or are investing in a taxable account where that extra tax efficiency really matters, an ETF is probably your best bet. If you just want the simplest possible path and love the idea of automatic investing, an index fund is an equally fantastic choice. Honestly, you can't go wrong with either a broad market index fund or its ETF twin. The most important thing is to choose one, embrace the low fees, and stay consistent. If you got value from this video, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It genuinely helps the channel get this info out to more people who need it. And for more simple, no hype financial videos to help you take control of your money, make sure you subscribe. Please don't forget the income upgrade plus digital budget and financial bundle to help you build wealth, ditch debt, and take control of your financial future. The link's in the description. Finally, if you got value from this video, watch the next one on the screen where I explain why rich people try to look poor. Thanks for watching and start investing with confidence.